Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am joined by a very special guest out of NOAA. His name is Clinton Wallace. Clinton, if you're there, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. It's great to be with you today.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you've got quite the event that's going to be coming up really tomorrow. Can you tell us about the 3 new spacecrafts that are going to be launched on this mission that's happening tomorrow, including the Carruthers-Garricona Observatory? Geocorona, excuse me.
So we're going to launch the 3 satellites. So 2 of them are NASA science missions, and 1 is NOAA's first operationally dedicated space weather satellite. So the first one, IMAP, it's going to be looking at and studying the outermost reaches of our solar system to understand how the sun affects that protective bubble around the solar system that keeps out harmful galactic cosmic rays. And then there's Carruthers. Carruthers is going to be looking back at Earth, looking at the outermost layers of Earth's atmosphere. So understanding how the sun's energy gets transferred into the Earth's atmosphere. And then the space weather follow-on, the Launch 1 mission, will be looking at the sun, looking for solar storms, spotting them within minutes. So at the NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center, we can provide early watches and warnings to help technology operators protect things like the power grid, aviation, and global positioning systems.
Excellent. Now, can you explain in simple terms how our sun creates this massive protective bubble and why it's so critical for space exploration and life on Earth? Or it's not something normal people really think about on a daily basis.
Oh, absolutely. So this protective bubble, we call it the heliopause, and that is the place where the solar wind, all the energetic particles that move off of the sun, move through space, and this is where they reach the point that they no longer have any real influence. It creates basically a magnetic bubble that keeps out harmful galactic cosmic rays from entering into the solar system, and then, of course, into Earth's atmosphere and affecting us here on the ground.
All right, and I got one final question for you, Clinton. This one is one that I know is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts who follow NASA. But next year, you guys are going to be sending astronauts back to the moon, or at least around the moon, with the Artemis program. Can you tell us why understanding space weather is so critical for, again, human space flight and the missions that come with it?
Well, space is a really harsh environment, full of radiation. But fortunately, here on Earth, we're protected by a force field, if you will, made up of our Earth's magnetic field, which we call the magnetosphere. But our astronauts are going to be traveling outside of that protective bubble, outside of the magnetosphere, on their way to the moon and around the moon and back. So being able to have these observations that we're taking from these satellites will allow us to provide earlier and better warnings to NASA to be able to inform the astronauts to be able to take shelter so that their health isn't impacted.
Excellent. Clinton, thank you so much for joining us today. I understand you've probably got a few more interviews to do. We thank you for taking your time to join us today. And again, best of luck with the upcoming launches.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you. And again, that was Clinton Wallace, the director of Space and Weather Prediction Center, who's going to again be involved within the upcoming launches tomorrow that again are going to be putting quite a few space satellites and other experiments into the air. We will be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour.